Also, you were the first person I met, and also you were definitely my first friend up there.
Ever?
Ever. Gosh. My first day was very short. I literally just had to stomp down a corridor and that was it. I had no lines or anything and I was terrified. I was so nervous, but it was quite a nice, like easy way in, I think. Sometimes it's, you know, your first day, you can have like a 3-page scene, which I think the boys had actually.
Oh,
Seamus and Ned, Connor, they are one and the same. They had a huge like study scene on their very first day. It was a baptism of fire.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was very exciting, but very nervous as well.
I remember my first day so vividly because I'd been the first one cast. I'd lived with it the longest from everybody. So my first day, I was like, oh man, I remember getting the audition, you know, back in January 2023. And then my first day of filming was sometime in February, I think, of 24. So it was over a year later. And it was actually a scene that got cut because of they changed the order of some scenes and it didn't make any sense anymore. I was working with Rory, who plays Murta, just before the cameras were rolling. I took a moment just to really center myself and just appreciate, you know, what was happening. I gave myself a little pinch. The director, Jamie Payne, came up to me and he said, I saw you behind the monitor, like pinching yourself before that take. And it's like, you've earned this and just really enjoy it. And I had a little tear. It was quite nice, yeah.
My first day on set was the scene with Lord Lovett. It's one that you'd be like, wow, that was your first day on set. So that was my first day on set.
Oh, I know the one.
Yeah.
Mine was all the first order sequence that we did. My main memory of that was just looking at the sets and going, this scale of this show is just it's huge. You know, it was massive sets and hundreds and hundreds of supporting artists and all the explosions and effects going off around us. It sort of felt like being on a really big movie, really, rather than a TV show.
You?
Definitely you.
Yeah.
I met Jamie in the chemistry read in May, I think, 2024. So you were the first person I met. And also you were definitely my first friend up there.
Ever? No, yeah, we became mates pretty quickly. I feel like we became pals in the chemistry read before. That 5 minutes, I was like, yeah, you're sweet. You're cool.
Yeah.
But then we didn't talk for ages until...
No, I didn't see you again until October, I think. So that was in May 24, and then I didn't get cast until October 24, which is when I saw you again. Yeah. I went up to Scotland for a fitting, and we went out for a Negroni afterwards.
But do you remember the message I sent you before? Because they told me that Harriet had been cast, but I wasn't sure if I was like allowed to reach out, and then I just went, damn,
Did you?
I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, so I was like, I sent you that DM, and I was like, incoming transmission, like,
oh my God.
Do you remember? And you were like...
I want to go back and find that now.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about that.
I mean, we hung out a lot. Me and Jamie got very drunk together. But I go on very well. We all hang out. Like we all go for these. We all have these pretty wild karaoke nights, don't we? So I think the less we say about my karaoke, the better. I was watching Jamie do some interesting renditions of I think some Scottish folk songs the other night. I don't know if that was exactly what he was going for. He was probably trying to sing Celine Dion. It just sounded like a Scottish folk song.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Harriet, just because, you know, girls. I think we both were just excited to have a gal pal. Yeah, we hang out as a massive group the whole time, you know. So yeah, it's a big old group of us. It's like 10 of us sometimes.
Gosh, I think central heating. Honestly, I don't understand how people didn't just freeze to death. I mean, maybe they did, but those castles, like I can imagine they were pretty cold places to live. I survived by sticking heat pads all over me under my costume, especially when we're outside. Yeah, I think it would have been pretty brutal at the time.
I think it would need to have some sort of weapon. I mean, like you'll see all the characters are always geared up in some way, you know. Brian's always got his dirk on him. It doesn't always have his big sword, but like he was always got some thing on him because it's a lawless country out there, you know. If you get in some sort of altercation, any sort of scrap, like you gotta protect yourself because it goes south very, very quickly.
Ketchup.
What would I not be able to survive without? I feel like anything I say is just going to sound ridiculous because you don't want to say electricity.
I'm going to take the
I know. I can just see your face. You're
I'm
teeing up to just say something. So I know whatever's coming out my mouth is going to get a Joe Malone candle.
Hermione's. Do you know what? That's already silly enough. I don't need to take the piss out of that.
That's what I mean. I did it for you already.
Oh, we went to a shuffle
shuffleboard, is it?
Oh yeah, we played shuffleboard.
That was so much fun.
That was a great night. And then we went to Speakeasy, went to PDT, Please Don't Tell, and said, guys, like, you're going to enjoy this.
It was great.
And yeah, we had a good night in there. Remember the dinner? And then Richard Rankin from Outlander, because he knew who owned it, the GM, called him up and bought us a bottle of champagne, sent to the table.
He's such a gent.
And he said, "This is compliments of Richard Rankin." And we're like,
oh, we had such a great trip.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Harriet and Jamie went and played a lot of shuffleboard. Hermione sensibly stayed home that evening. We did you'd had enough of me by that point, and I don't blame you.
I had to take a time out from Joe.
We went on a real sort of like pizza tour.
Oh yeah, we went to what's Joe's Pizza. Yeah, that was really good.
I mean, I went to 7, but my 4th one of the day.
Yeah.